处理演讲，当然就是就配所以吼，咱的干事。这都真完全，因为这国际性、国际舆论的吼，所以拢袂使凊彩，真侪拢照规矩来。
这家离我们家不太远。兰花就是太多。
我的内容才会做得我签，我出来一个人啦，一个月5000。这规定过来，如果说一定的年费，到机会他免超过7000。啊，你赛事会怎么样？赛事参加了大概500就快要到穿金戴玉啊。他不是我，都是他老师教授，所以像这个当处长这较少啦，一般拢是较普通的啦 ，CPA 啦吼，较中小企业，我大企业。
我太太就跟我女儿说，他几个方讲，维持现状因素，独立。跟维持现状不一样。就像我们讲维持现状，就是说两边不要来打我，我夹在美国跟中国，这两个都变成。
然后因为维持现状，一定要必须不打出来，现在就要这样子，你的论述我不喜欢，这样还是感觉。
Our meeting will start in 5 minutes.
目前要暂时不会，美国是所有到
选后还会不会展开是另外一个问题。
会有小姐受强国嘛？
我说那个去年那你到选前也涨了，红幕府涨得跟什么似的？其实跌下来，跌下来，
拨款。
选前涨，
我以前公司本投降，
选前涨，
选前涨是2万多，因为选前涨举起了一个代表，他这是转制，
那你嘛做清楚的，提供啥呀？法理的问题咯，来现实，所以来讲呢，
关爱民众在北京生活的
假新闻的这样代志吼，我那个做彻底怎样？
然后也会去设计。现在最新的读法是宋楚瑜的歌要查多少？没有人在读小英为数，是应该赌的是要让多少票，然后跟宋楚瑜跟韩国瑜的票会国际。其实人讲光往什么？怪物上，在这上就两百，对，
我好，联络那里。
就单双嘅邊群眾，所以咯，其他本嚟叫啥？我個政府唔係叫啥？
要變，要攞啊！
而且大的以后，我告黑的点，我有肾上腺素的问题。所以赌越大就相关 大学这两个，
还有嘛，在工作嘛，
上套路，还只会炒工作怕我呢，我看所以两桌要一个还两个一个，有的会到不对的，
是蓝，
可是 after you kiss my mouth，
任何东西
比较好拿。
赌的话根本就没什么。
赞。
啊，红豆站来了。
暂时快，
说赞对吧？对啊，不能但这个拢政策用来足些人就唔知你，所以咱就宣传不好。
早期很奇怪，
受不了在地上，就一个家
其实我19刚刚就20，我25他就我21他也
下课后刚好，见着在可以欣赏，见了就有可能啊。
我有些东西
都上来嘛，所以以后渐渐21可以写，
那你刚好对呀，
弄上我光可以用动语，
不要放其他的，现在就是庄家或学家，以下会到以后的话，最难为呢1000块港币起跳，
经过这妈妈一个
拍
完全都
开始过的14个，
那天我很晒着，
然后2个
我就练那个
大家都跟着
台湾人去年我都刮了不下去，然后加完那个，这些钱用没干，台湾的看四大考验，你跟他可以跟他讲介绍对面。
Good afternoon, everybody. Our meeting will start. We have our president judge to open the meeting.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Okay, so the parents, please all rise for the forward test. The forward test of the things we think, say, or do. First,
Is it true?
second,
Is it fair to officer?
third,
Will you do well in their friendships?
fourth.
Will you be faithful to officer?
Thank you. Please be seated. Rotary Zone, may we have PPF to lead us.
R-O-T-A-R-Y, that spells Rotary. R-O-T-A-R-Y is known on land sea. From north to south, from east to west, he profits most who serve the best. R-O-T-A-R-Y, that spells Rotary.
Thank you. Next, introduction of visiting Rotarians and honorable guests. We have our Rotarian team.
Hello everyone. I would like to introduce our guest today. And first is our speaker, Joey. He's speaking as a father. And we have visiting Rotarian, King Nate. And John.
Pastor John.
And Jimmy.
I went to the toilet.
Okay. And Wendy.
Oh!
and we have our Rotarians, please. Yes.
Oh, no.
Okay, guest of our Rotary, we greet you. Ab, 50 Ab. 50
Again,
Ab.
again.
Again for we greet you.
这是暗口曲，
Yeah.
这是暗口曲。
Uncle Chu.
Welcome.
Guests of Rotary, we greet you. Oh, guests of Rotary, we greet you. We want you to feel our friendship is real. We are glad you are here today. So take back home a beat of cheers. Regards from all the fellows here. And when once more you are near our door, come again, Rotarian, come again.
Thank you. Okay, the next one, President's time, where we have President Jess.
Hi everyone, this is our first meeting in the year 2020, right?
Yes.
Yes, 2020 or 20, how do you say it?
2020, yes.
Yeah, so good to see you guys. The first thing I'd like to report is that we had our informal meeting hosted by KBA in his very nice big mansion. And then thanks to his hospitality and his daughter-in-law, it was very nice too. And then we have our very famous 大同美食端 hosted by Bravo and Amanda. And then 中山招待所 was very, very nice. Thanks again, Bravo. Here are some photos.
Of course,
Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you. Okay, the next secretary's time. One thing to remain. Okay, Lunar New Year party of District 3461. 大年初一新春团拜 It will be held on 25th of January. So everybody, please set up your time around 8 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock. So that will be Hotel National. Please be there a little bit earlier because the parking was really difficult. Okay. And the January board meeting will be held on today later. Joe. Okay, so it should be next week. So today is no board meeting. So our board meeting will be next week, 9th of January. So all board members, please reserve your time to attend it. Okay. The main program for today, where we have our speaker introduction. Welcome, Pat.
Okay, it's my pleasure and my honor to introduce my daughter, Joey. You know Joey from her childhood. And something you don't know, I will tell you some secret. Of course, she went to Canada at the elementary school, grade 2. So when she finished the high school, she went to Indiana State and studying in theological college, Bible college. And that school is very special to train her and all students in good manner. And you must do everything, everybody. You must electric or pipe work, or water, faucet, repairment, everything. And especially when they play the basketball, you must wear skirt in lady, and the gentleman wear necktie and shirt. It's a very tough training. After USA, then back Taiwan. When back Taiwan is going to Donghai University, Foreign Language Department, I tell you another secret. She always skip to teach tutor in such as Global Village, Camel School, 补习班，然后grammar school, yeah, and other tutor. And at that time, I knew she had some tutor in our club, include our member, spouses, and the children. Oh, that's wonderful. I didn't know before. Anyway, she likes sports. She is play ski, play surf. 我是滑水了哦 and diving and drive the flight. Oh my goodness. She went to drive the airplane. I didn't know. Till she told me she's safe. Okay, anything. What's happening? But especially, I don't know why. Till now, she's not married. Simon, PP Simon is there? Okay, she knows. She tell me, your daughter do everything too much good. You know, she have 3 boyfriend, 3 were medical doctor, and 1 family came to my home, stay 1 week. Stay 1 week means everything okay, but I don't know why. So later you tell me why. Now, big hand, invite her to say the word and see. Even I don't know what it is.
More secret? Anything you want to clarify? More secret.
I am going to clarify whatever my dad just said. Just believe 10%. Just believe 10%. Okay. It's actually an honor for me to be here today because sitting here is so far different than normally me sitting down there. So I think this is the first time I'm actually standing up here as a speaker. So. Just to start, I think all of you know me. If you don't know me, I am the daughter of Path, and I think everybody will know my past as well. I'm going to dig a hole and bury myself, and I will see you in 2021 after today. Okay, so I started diving about 3 years ago in 2017, and I started as an entry-level diving as open water. And as for the past August, I just got certified as a scuba instructor. And I gotta honestly tell you, I think I'm born a dolphin in my last life, and I think I'm born a mermaid this life, because I'm walking on land, that's why I have 2 feet, 2 legs, but when I'm in the water, my fins go out. So, hello Ariel. Where's Ariel? Oh, Ariel's not here today. Oh, he's not here. Okay. So, I started open water, and then a month later, I did my advanced open water. Now, the difference between the entry level and advanced level is that I can go deeper and I can stay down longer. That's the difference between the two. And then the year after that, I did my rescue diving. So I had to learn how to rescue people if they're unconscious, they're out of, or maybe they're out of air, or maybe they get coral cuts, or any under circumstances. I had to rescue them. So I become a rescue diver. And then the following month, in August in the summer, I decided to go pro, meaning decided to go professional diving. Now, professional diving and recreational diving is a little bit different. Is because recreational diving is you can just go and enjoy and have fun. But as a professional diver, you would have to go through specific training. And not only that, but you also need to go through many hours and hours of reading. A lot of knowledge materials. Okay, and an open water scuba instructor in which I got it. And on top of that, I'm also a emergency first responder instructor as well. And I'm also a specialty instructor where I teach enriched air, emergency oxygen provider, coral reef conservation, and project aware, peak performance buoyancy. So in the future, if you do want to learn scuba diving, I do have a lot of credentials under my belt. And on top of that, my ultimate goal of scuba diving is to become a scuba instructor examiner. And what is that? Is to examine other future instructors. So that's my ultimate goal. All right, that's my self-introduction. Then that's my number, if you want to search it up. Yes, okay. If you have traveled the world, as a lot of people have said, I've visited every single continent in the world. There's nothing that will fascinate me because I've traveled the world. I'm sorry to say, but you only travel 30% of the world because you think you've traveled the world, but really, have you? Have you traveled the world? No. The other 70% you have not traveled because, as Jacques Cousteau have once said, there was wildlife untouched, a jungle at the border of the sea, never seen by those who floated on the opaque roof, which means if you're on the boat, I'm sorry to say, you never get to see what's under the boat. Yes, so that's the 70%. A lot of you said, well, I go snorkeling, I've seen the sea. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. You haven't seen the sea that I have seen. You haven't seen the water as the way I have seen it. Okay, next page. So, who is this? This is Jacques Cousteau, the person I just quoted off. He is the father of scuba diving. Without him, I wouldn't be scuba diving, and maybe without him, there would be no explorers under the water. He also pioneered modern scuba gear as the one that you see right here. Okay, this is the modern scuba gear. It's easier for us to go down into water. This is the recreational one. If it is for military, Navy SEAL, or if it's for hard case cover ones, the metal gear ones, they do different. They need a different certifications and levels. But these are the easier ones that we use, that we normally bring down. And later on, I'll give you a specific introduction of the gear. Now, for now, he also shared the underwater world with others through documentaries. Of course, you know he's very old and he's already passed back in 1956 and also 1982. He also taught divers the importance of protecting marine life. As a diver, not only do we just see the fish, but we also have to learn on how to protect our planet as well. So please, don't use plastic. Use less plastic. And then bring your own utensils and try to reduce the carbon footprints every single day. Okay? Next. Now, common question. A lot of people ask me, what's the difference between snorkeling and scuba diving? I think Jess just asked me that question while we were just having lunch. And I think Wendy also asked me that a few weeks past. Okay, this is snorkeling. The difference between snorkeling and scuba diving is snorkeling is what I've said. You have the normal easy gear. We have the mask and the snorkel. And then you also have the fins. And the fins. That's it. Okay, so you only have two pieces of equipment. You have the mask, the snorkel, and the fins. And then you are on the surface of the water. That's it. You don't need anything else. Do you need training? You don't. The only training you need is not to breathe through your nose. That's it. Okay, but do you get to see anything? Yes, you do, but from far away. But yes, for scuba diving, you need special training. Special training to know how not to sink to the bottom, or how not to float to the top, how not to touch something, and how to breathe through the regulator. Okay? And also on how to turn on open the tank, and etc., etc. So with scuba diving, you need training. You do need training. So don't just grab a tank and go down and assuming that you know how to dive. Because why? If you go scuba diving and you're always floating on the top, there's no difference between that and this. And I'm sorry to say, this costs $300 each time. This costs $3,000 each time.
US dollar? US dollar?
I wish. Do you want to give me $3,000 US dollars? My dad wants to go scuba diving with me. Okay. So this costs 3,000 NT. This costs 300 NT.
Cheaper.
It's not the same. Okay, moving on. Next. As a lot of people ask me the question, how deep can I go? Can I go as deep as Titanic? Okay, I'll show you where Titanic is. Titanic is right there. RMS Titanic shipwreck is 3,821 meters. As the ocean, as you can see, is very deep. Can you go all the way down here? I'm sorry to say, you cannot. How deep can you go as a recreational diver? You see this guy right here? Nuno Gomez? He is the deepest scuba diver that's been recorded using a lot of tech diving. He went down 318 meters. And this guy, Herbert, he's the deepest skin dive. What's the difference between skin diving and scuba diving? Skin diving, no equipment. There's no tank. There's no BCD. He just went down. One breath and it goes down. He goes down the deepest at 214 meters, while this guy, he has tanks. He went down 318 meters. But for recreational divers, the deepest you can go is 36 to 40 meters. Okay, so you don't go any deeper than that unless you are specifically, technically trained. Then you can go down deeper. But as recreational divers, 36 to 40. But you say, I don't want to go down that deep. I don't want to go. Well, if you're open water, as I said, entry level, the deepest you can go is 18 meters. 18. So, you want to go scuba diving? You want to go find Titanic? Good luck. I wish the best of luck to all of you. Okay, so this is kind of like a general graph to show you the water is very, very deep. Okay? Assuming that you want to go deeper than 20, 25, you also need specific training for that because we need to equalize our years because of water pressure. All right, I'm going to show you a video. Oh, okay, hold on. Before the video, we have this. Every time when I'm in the water, or to be honest, when I started scuba diving, I was a little bit afraid to tell my parents. The reason for that is because this is what they always tell me. Don't be in the water, the sharks are coming. There's always going to be sharks in the water. You're gonna become like shark food. This is what we always assume, and this is what we always presume what's going to happen when we go down into water, right? Who's afraid of the water because of sharks? Raise your hand. Okay. Or if you're not afraid of water because of sharks, but you have heard of other people say, I don't go into the ocean because of sharks. Raise your hand. Probably a lot of people, right? This is what people think. We have a misconception of an understanding of ocean because we have misinterpretation of shark due to the famous movie Jaws. I'm coming to get you. But to be honest, this is what sharks is really like.
This is probably one of the most inspirational things that I can see happen on the boat. He's sitting here at the surface swimming with us, so it's a great thing for sharks. It really is.
So after not yet. There should be a video. There should be a PPT on top. Yeah. Okay. So now, do you have a clear understanding of sharks? They're not as scary, are they? They're like dogs. They love to be pet. They love to be cuddled. They also love to be teased a little bit. But really, sharks, it's simply that they're part of the mammals, they're part of the ocean, so just be gentle with them. Don't run away when you see them, because the more you run away, the more they're going to chase you. Okay, that's from me to you. Okay, so this is a guy where, do you see this guy? He was wearing a full face and he was talking into it. Okay, that's a little bit different than this. This is a regular mask that we wear. The one that he wears is called a full face mask. You also need to have training for that as well. So, just another piece of info. Okay, next. As a scuba diver, this is many people's perspective of you. What my friends think that I do when I'm a scuba diver. I'm under the water on the bottomless sandy bottoms, and I have an instructor teaching me. Yeah? What my mom thinks that I do, sharks. Again, that includes parenthesis, my dad. Okay? My mom and my dad thinks that I do is I swim with the sharks. What society thinks that I do is I go into the beautiful places and I just look at the corals. Yes. How about here? What my instructors think that I do, floating on the surface. Yes. You're mostly on the surface than you're at the bottom of the water. And what I think that I do as a scuba diver, play with the fish, good luck. You actually don't do that until you really know your buoyancy. Next, what I really do. As a scuba diver, what you really do is just trying not to fall to the bottom and trying not to float to the top and just try to struggle really hard not to touch anything. But most importantly, as a scuba diver, you're actually enjoying the moment that you're in the water. So that's the next video shows you a scuba diver.
我是刘丹，我是来自中国的专业冲浪者。我和我的好朋友一起度假，去冲浪和享受海洋。在那里，我们去了一个小岛。在路程中，我们遇到了海豚和魔鬼鱼在我们的船旁边游泳。但对我们来说，在水面看它们是远远不够的。我们真的好想在水底下欣赏它们的姿态，所以我们就决定报名 PADI 的开放水域潜水员课程，学习潜水。我们的 PADI 潜水教练非常棒，也非常知识渊博。我们上完课后就直接到游泳池去了。我们的 PADI 潜水教练非常有趣，在他的指导下，一切都觉得容易多了。第一次在水底呼吸实在是太酷了。简介后我们就出海，我们觉得有一点紧张，但是非常兴奋。当我们一下水的时候，一瞬间就感觉非常平静，水清澈漂亮，很多海洋生物一直围绕着我们。PADI 学习潜水是我们做过的最好的决定。潜水实在是太好玩了，让我们改变了对海洋的看法，也让我们对生命有了新的理解。潜水让我们的旅程更有意义。
Have I persuaded you guys to go scuba diving yet?
No.
Still no? After this awesome video of a former professional surfer and now an open water scuba diver? No, you can see the world differently. Well, I think Wendy's like, no, no, still no. All right, it's okay. I have a few more videos to persuade you. Don't worry. When we're under the water, we cannot talk. We cannot go. People like. We have surface language, we also have underwater language. Now, that's also a kind of skill that I'm going to teach you right now, okay? As a scuba hand signal, this is just a cute picture, okay, of cats. But I'm going to teach you some basic hand signals right now. When we are under the water, the first thing we need to learn is the instructor or your buddy is going to ask you, are you okay? The signal for okay is an international sign language. Okay. There you go. So if I ask you okay, you say okay, I know you are. But then if you tell me I'm not okay, do I go like this? Don't go like that? No. What do? Not okay. Not okay meaning like it's not, something is not right. Okay? So, yeah, but something is not right. But remember, there's one thing about okay. Okay, when you say okay, you have to respond to me by saying okay. You cannot respond to me by yeah. Because what happened? Under the water, if you do this, it means we're going up. So if I say okay, you say yeah, I'm gonna pull you up. I say what's going on? I'm like, I'm okay. But you point this, yeah, 赞. I am very 赞. But no, it just means you are okay. Okay, you have to point okay. How I ask you, that's how you respond. If I ask you, are you okay? I'm not okay. What is not okay? You can't say to me, not okay. What is not okay? My ear, not okay, because I cannot equalize. My head, not okay. Maybe my head feels cold. My leg is cramping, not okay. Point and do this. Okay? My nose, point to the nose, not okay. In the water, sometimes we also have to say, I'm cold. You're cold, just rub your shoulders a little bit. And remember, if this goes up, this means up, then what's going down? That's right, very good. You guys passed the hand signal. Very good. Of course, there's also other ones too, right? Something is okay, something is wrong, okay, going up, going down, and if you start to go like this, stop. I mean, don't go anywhere. Don't run around, okay? Just stay where you are. But of course, those are the common hand signals that you communicate with the other divers. But then, what about if you see some fish? I see this fish. I see that fish. And I see that fish. I'm looking at you like, huh? What are you doing? Fish? What kind of fish? You have to show me fish. All right, first one, a shark. Because shark has a has a big fin on the top, right? So you go like this. This is a shark. Okay? A shark. So if you're in the water, this is a shark. If you're on the surface, a lifeguard. Point this to you, pointing you. This tell you to come out of the water. If a lifeguard is on the surface too far to yell at you, he points this. You know, oh, there's a shark nearby. You gotta get out of the water. Okay? Remember, shark. Next one. What is this?
Nemo.
A Nemo. In other words, called clownfish. And clown, because of his nose, is red. So this is a clownfish. So you just point your nose, circle it around. This is a clownfish. Okay? And then this is a little bit different. This is only underwater. You don't see it often. This is called a nudibranch, also known as a sea slug. Okay, a sea slug. And the characteristic of a sea slug is because of its two antennas up here, like a sea rabbit. So we will do this. More rabbits. So if you see something, I point this and I point there, you will go and take a picture and we move on. Okay, sea slug. And this, what do you see? You see crab, I see food. Crab, that's it. Okay, crab. All right, there's also other ones, like lionfish, because of its spikes. Okay, yes. And there's a lot of others. Moray eel. Moray eel comes up, okay, because it slithers out of his hole and opens his mouth. Okay, very good. Okay, all of you are half certified. I only have to take you under the water, and then you'll be certified. How does that sound? Yeah? Okay. You guys know the hand signals already. Okay, moving on. People always ask me, what is scuba diving all about? It's just under the water. What is the difference about me traveling to Italy, or me traveling to Asia, or me traveling to different continents? Well, you get to jump off a boat. That's for one. You get to jump off a boat, and it's fun. And then, other one, you get to do a lot of crazy stuff with your friends under the water and take great pictures. And then with a group of friends, try to work on your buoyancy and take this photo, if you can. You think that this is easy to take under the water? No, it is not. Because some people is going to go like this, some people is going to go like this, so you got to pull down and pull up to make sure that you are in center. And another great tradition in scuba diving is there is a 100 dives milestone mark. Right here, down here. Oh, sorry. Oh, how do I go back? How do I go back? Oh, okay. This is a 100 dive. This person had done her 100th dive. In the scuba diving tradition is if you have done your 100th dive, meaning you have locked down, you have to go diving naked in your birthday suit. That's a tradition. But because for her, she's a little bit conservative, so she just took off her wetsuit and just wore her bathing suit. But it's a huge mark. It's a huge mark. And so this is the 100th dive, and as you can see, that there's 100 right there to celebrate with her under the water. Okay? Another great part of diving is you're never too old to continue your dive. But at the same time, you're never too old to start. But if you have reached a certain age that you are not confident about your physical health, I highly recommend that you go see a doctor to check your physical health first before you actually attempt to go and try scuba diving, okay? Even though you say, I'm very healthy, I'm sorry to say, but you need to show me the doctor's official stamp before I can allow you to be in the water, okay? But another part of going diving is what? Happy hour starts at 6 a.m. Happy hour starts at 6 a.m. It finishes at 6 p.m. So if you don't feel like going diving that day, well, just sit by and watch me go diving. Right there. Okay? So that's the great part about scuba diving. But this is another part. Why scuba diving is fun.
This is without a doubt the coolest thing I've ever done. Yep, that's me, right next to the biggest fish in the world. Want to know how I got there? I was on holiday, lying on a tropical beach, soaking up the sun, but somehow I felt like I was missing out on something. Then inspiration hit. I decided to sign up for my PADI open water course. The guys on my course turned out to be fantastic. We all immediately The equipment felt a little bit strange at first, but the enthusiasm of the instructor and the dive master was contagious and gave us the confidence that we needed. The sensation of breathing underwater as the bubbles tickled my face was unreal. Our instructor was very patient and let us practice until we were doing the skills like pros. As we made our way out for the first open water dives, we were all a little bit nervous about what was in store for us. During the briefing, our instructor put us at ease and really got us excited for what we were going to see. Diving teaches you to work together in buddy teams, to help each other out, and to share the fun. We really couldn't wait to go diving. Within the first moments, I'd arrived in a different world. All of a sudden, I was surrounded by things I'd never seen before. The colours were brilliant. The way things moved and sounded were totally different to anything I'd ever experienced. Just kicking through the water, weightless, was a special feeling. And the corals and the amazing variety of marine life were beautiful beyond anything I could have imagined. I can't tell you how much fun I had and the amazing experience of my PADI open water course. It took my holiday and my life to a whole new level. So here I am, a certified PADI open water diver. I guess I made the right choice. What do you think?
What do you think? No, okay? No, thank you? You don't want to swim with the whale shark? You don't want to see the lemurs? No, nothing? Okay, here is some people asking me the benefits of scuba diving. become a scuba diver, one thing that you can show off to your friends is you have superpower. And that is you can breathe under the water. Okay? That's one of the things that you can tell your friend is, I can breathe underwater. Can you? I bet you can't. Then your friend might tell you what? Prove it! Prove it! I bet you can't. As soon as you strap in the BCD and you put in that regulator, you turn on the tank and you're in the water breathing, just show them, Aquaman. This is me being Aquaman. I can breathe underwater, okay? So, isn't that a pretty cool superpower? Yes. So, another way to go scuba diving. Stop saying you can't. Yes, you can. Now, I am a scuba instructor, okay? So, as being a scuba instructor, this is how I see myself and how other people see me. First thing is, this is how other people see me. My students sitting right here, okay? And this is me in the pool telling them, stop, stop, stop. And then this, remember this guy? Jacques Cousteau. I see myself as the father of scuba diving. I know everything. Ask me anything. Right? But really, I don't know everything. Now, this is what other people think as a scuba instructor. Is what? Ooh, I get magnets. I get to... I get people coming to me, it doesn't matter if it's a muscle man or beauty or whatever. People just always surround me. That's not true. That's not true at all. I'm telling you, it's not true. Don't believe everything that you see. This is what my mom and dad sees. Sharks again. Sharks again. And this is what my dad sees me. Really, literally, this is what my dad sees me. Every time I come back from a dive, the first thing he sees is, did you get dark? Let me see. Let me check your skin. No, you didn't get dark. Are you sure you went scuba diving? Were you lying to me? But really, I'm always in the wetsuit. I'm in the water. I don't get suntan, okay? I'm not always by the beach doing this. But really, the reality is this. The great part of being a scuba instructor is I get to show the underwater world to new, fresh faces and their visions of wanting to know what's down there, okay? All right, moving on. This is why I don't date. Never fall in love with a scuba diver. Answer my dad's question.
Every weekend at the beach and have an uneven tan. Her hair will never be dry, and her kiss will often be salty. He'll have a scruffy chin and own more board shorts than ties. He'll spend hours flying to places with no mobile reception, and travel miles into the rainforest with people you barely know. He'll insist you drink a local beer. And if you admit to being afraid of sharks, she'll laugh at you. He'll be fascinated by things other people find strange or ugly, and bubble rings are her way of flirting. No trip will ever be as interesting as the time he dove with a whale shark, or the night she danced with villagers in Palau. They dislike fancy dinners almost as much as wearing shoes, and would rather immerse themselves in local culture than talk of settling down. And they can spend hours staring at the ocean, not hearing a word you say. But if, by chance, you fall in love with a merman, if a mermaid steals your heart and won't give it back, don't let her gills dry out. Let them answer the call of the sea and slip beneath the waves to be in their other world. Take them on an adventure. Stand in the spray of the waterfall and dive into the unknown. Learn how to say thank you in 10 different languages. And see things so amazing you'll have no words to describe them. Let them show you how the ocean transforms. The scuba diver will never love you as much as the ocean, but they will forever love sharing it with you.
Did I answer your question? Did I answer my dad's question? So don't fall in love with a scuba diver. What can I say? Everything that's been promoted in the video is true. It is very, very true. So please, as a scuba diver and as an ocean conservationist, reduce the use of plastic. Okay, as you know that you have plastic, 20 years, coffee cup, 30 years, plastic straw, 200, and we also have seen videos of the straw being pulled out of the turtle's nostrils, right? And then plastic rings and plastic bottles, coffee pots, plastic cups, etc., etc. These takes more than 2 or 3 or even 10 years, okay, to become biodegradable. So please reduce the amount of plastic. Please? Yes? So use paper straws, don't use plastic straws, and don't use one-time what they call it, chopsticks, disposable chopsticks. Bring your own chopsticks if you have to. If you don't, tell me, I'll give you a pair. Okay? All right. And come on, people are telling me, I don't want scuba diving because it's boring. But I'm telling you, buddy, we keep on telling you, diving is better than golf. So some of you are golfers, Uncle Juice.
Yeah, of course.
Better than golf? Yes? Okay. Still? Is Uncle Steele here today? Oh, Uncle Steele. Better than golf. Better than golf. That's what scuba divers say. That's what scuba divers say. It's better than golf. It's better than golf. Okay. I am currently collaborating with Holiday Dive, which is only a block away from here. And then if you are really interested and you want to sign up and you feel like I just can't wait to be in the water, I want to go. Okay, just hold your horses for a minute, okay? We need to sign you up first. We need to ask you a few questions. But if you're really interested and you wanted to come, okay, Holiday Dive, in which I actually brought some sign-up sheets from the dive shop here for you, okay? And then there's a QR code that you can go in, and then you can go to their Facebook and see some of the videos that they have for fun dives, for courses, you know, for other courses and for other things. So if you're interested, there's sign-up papers right here. And thank you for your time. If you're interested, you can come over and take a look at the equipment that we have for recreational diving. On top of that, do you have any questions for today? No questions? I answered everyone's question? Oh, I did.
I have a very silly question.
Silly question. Okay, go ahead.
So, like when you're on the sea, right? If you have to go do your business, what do you sign?
What do I do if I want to pee during my dive? See, I already predicted your question. Just pee in your wetsuit. Just go. The ocean is your bathroom. Just go. The fish will not be offended.
Due to the culture.
Oh, you don't need to raise your hands as I need to pee. You don't need to do that. Just go. Just go. Just go.
Special sign or something?
No. I hope there's no special sign for that. Yes. All right. Yes. Okay.
In Taichung area.
Yes.
Taichung area.
Yeah.
Where is a good field for the scuba diving?
A good place for scuba diving?
Yes.
Currently, there are no open water diving in Taichung, but there are confined water diving, which is in the swimming pool. Now, there's a swimming pool, as I have said, a block away from here. It is a swimming pool, but we can do confined water training there. But there is a professional listed dive, kind of like a dive center in Dive Cube. It's up on Donghai area, and you can go down to 21 meters. That's the deepest pool in Asia so far. So if you want to go diving, or if you want to try Discovery Dive, then I'll take you there. Okay? Any other questions?
Near Donghai? Near Donghai?
It's actually near the bridge. The near...
御园酒店对面那边。
Yeah, it's called Dive Cube.
I will go. Follow me.
He's gonna go, but I do need other doctors to check him out. So, yes.
Let's see if I'm still too lazy to go through all the training and certifications. Is there some kind of what do you call it, glass roof submarine that can take us under the sea? Is there something like that?
You mean like you don't want to go scuba diving? Or you don't want to go through a course?
I don't want to go scuba diving. I want to go see the underworld.
You want to see the underworld,
so
okay.
There's some sort of submarine with glass roof top, see the world, underworld.
I think I'll call up James Cameron to see if we can borrow his submarine to go down 250 meters, even down to 1,000 meters. But generally, if you want to see it, you can go to Shaliocho. There is, my dad has actually been there with my mom. There is a glass bottom, the boat, and you can go there and it take you out and you can see the fish and the turtles. Yeah. Yes, but really, if you want to try diving but you don't want to take the course, there is a course called the Discovery Dive, which is only for half an hour with an additional half an hour of a classroom work, just to teach you the basic functions on how to breathe and then how to bite down on your regulator and what to touch and what not to touch. Okay, any other question? Yes, Julie.
Question number 3.
Question number 3. Okay, all right. Well, I can't swim. I'm not a strong swimmer. Can I still dive? Yes, you can still dive. Okay, the reason why is as long as you can float, then you can dive.
Does that mean as long as you can float, that you can swim?
If you can float for 10 minutes, if you can float for 10 minutes with the gear on, that you just swim for 300 meters. But for you, maybe I'll cut it down to 285 meters for you. Yes.
Number 7.
Number 7. I wear glasses. Can I still dive? Yes. Yes, you can. You can either get prescription lenses here for the mask. You just tell the instructor, or just wear your contact lens. I wear my contact lens to go under the water all the time. It's fine. Yes. Any other questions?
How old can you start?
Excuse me?
How old?
All right, very good question. How old can you start? You can start at 8 years old, but because kids' lungs cannot be fully developed until they're 12 years old, so between 8 to 10 years old, they can only be restrained in the swimming pool. And they're called the bubble maker program. The bubble maker is they go into the water in the swimming pool, strap on the tiny, really small size BCD, extra small, looking really cute, and they'd be in a swimming pool that's only 1.5 meters deep. And then by the time they're 10 to 12 years old, they can do aqua missions, which is like SEAL team. And then you give them missions and they have to go and find stuff. Also in the swimming pool, but when they're a little bit older, they finish the aqua mission, then they can go out to the open water when they're 12. 10 to 12. Yes, does that answer your question? All right, so your daughter's coming? Yeah, okay. All right, Wendy's in. Yes, I think Lou's in too.
Sure.
I think Jimmy's in.
Just volunteer.
My
Just
kids.
volunteer.
Oh, Jess is volunteering.
John's just volunteering his kids.
Yeah, volunteering his kids, not him volunteering his kids. Okay, anything else? Any other question? Yes.
Number 9.
Number 9. Do I need to have my own scuba gear? No, you don't. You just need to rent one. That's all. You don't need to own one, unless you want to be professional. No. Okay, but owning one is actually better so you can pee in it and you don't have to pee in the wetsuit like... Yes, and also the reason why it's always good to have your own gear is because of the regulator. You put it in your mouth. I'm sorry to say, I don't know how many people's mouth have actually been in there, so... Having your own gear makes a lot of difference, but I always suggest to a student, it's okay. You're just doing the course. You know, eventually, when you do finish the course, you want to have your own gear, then get your own gear. Yes. Anything else? Any other questions? Yes.
How long does the training take from pool to open water?
Okay, you have 5 confined waters, which is a pool session, and you have 4 open water dives. So 4 open water dives just simply means that you have 4 dives that's out in the ocean. Okay, that's separated to 2 days. That's why we have Chariocho on Saturday and Sunday to do those 4 dives. And then with the confined dives, it's actually in the pool right here in Taichung City, just a block away from here. Yes. Any other ones?
Can we do it in 1 weekend?
You can definitely do the open water in 1 weekend, but if you want to do the confined and the open water together, I would have to suggest you to do it at least for 3 days because you need to have the knowledge review classes too, which is like the physics and the dive theories. Yeah. Okay?
Okay.
All right, good. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Now we have President Jess to represent our youth.
Ooh, I got a gift.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
For you.
Thank you. Ah, yes, the Book of Humor, yes. I think we have 4 of this at home.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Next, attendance report. May we have Professor Vito?
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, Joey, for wonderful speech. And if you have ever experienced diverse disease, you can come to me.
Yeah.
I hope not. Yeah. Anyway, so today we have 20 Rotarian, 1 visiting Rotarian, and 4 guests. And our attendance rate is 54% today.
Next, Sergeants and Arm Report. Here we have TV Steele.
Present guests, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good start of the year. Very glad to see Wendy, Tin, and especially Cornell is back. I thought we were going to miss you for a while because you ran into one of the richest women in Hong Kong. Probably busy appearing in court to defend yourself. Okay. Thank you, Joe, for coming today. I think you answered about the majority of the people's concern about good diving, but the last question is to change it into an action, not just when can I start? Start today, good time.
Start today, sign up.
Okay. Okay, we got many donations today. First, from our president, happy 2020, everyone. Thanks to Joy, you almost convinced my wanted to do. Okay, 1,000. Almost. Then from a donation from Ed. And thanks to Joy for your eye-opening speech today. Thank you. And then we have from Lou. Thank you, Joy. Very interesting talk. 1,000. I hope, Jimmy, that after your concern about the Joy, you have raised to over 50%. Jimmy, thank Joy for the informative and interesting speech. You did raise 10% of my interest to go diving. Happy New Year to my fellow team. I thought after your answer question, probably over 50%. 1,000. And from Juice, it's excellent scuba diving talk by Joy, 1,000. And from Cornell, it's amazing. Thank you for sharing such an interesting sport, 1,000. And from Wendy, you are amazing, 1,000. Thank you. And lastly, from Pat, it's a wonderful speech and welcome Joy and Pastor John, Jimmy Chen, and Kinnet Huang. Okay, love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Steele. Thanks. Okay, what's coming? 9th of January, how to turn around the business school will be Li Shuxing 教授. Okay, so that will be on next week. And our 12th of January is our big event for our charter. So we have break on 16th. Okay, so all the people, if you interested or have to attend for the next week. Okay, so you want to introduce? Every time our president to close the meeting.
I'm just asking Joy about the details about the appointments. So thank you for coming. See you.